Okay, hello everybody, yes, how are we all doing? It is the Fredders93 here. Welcome back to another episode in the F1 My Team Career Mode here on F1 2021. Now here we are off to Azerbaijan. So let's take a look at the race weekend and see what we can expect in regards to the weather. Because although it's looking beautiful in these pictures, it could mean diddly squat when it comes to the actual race weekend. Okay, so it looks as though weather-wise it's going to be dry for qualifying and racing, but just a little bit wet for practice, but that's quite alright because we don't really do practice. Or the full practice logs. Anyhow, we'll just do the one session, which is just all we're going to do here again.
They told you about the new parts that have come in from the factory? Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Excellent. Well, let's find out. We'll see how the car feels since the upgrades. And we'll see what sort of time we can get in with the practice. Really done pretty good in that. To be fair, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Right, so we'll see how we managed to do in practice. Let's see how we did.
Cars now over the line. Let's see our top three again. The owner driver,
First
Verstappen
by
and Sergio Perez.
0.34 seconds. Pretty much. Not bad practice at all. But that was only practice. We're now going to head into qualifying because that's where it matters. That's where it matters. Of course, managed to pick up 300 resource points. Hopefully we can earn some more over the race weekend to help get the improvements and the upgrades in the car going. I know we have got some in the works, but it's always nice to get more, isn't it? It's always nice to get more.
You've just put in the fastest lap? Good job.
That's probably as fast as we're going to get with the fuel allowance that we have for this. Let's just hope that it'll be enough to keep us in. As you can see, a lot of the stronger cars have gone out now, but it appears to be we're going to set the faster track thing for this, which you can't really complain about. Can't really complain too much about that. Yep, so fastest in the first session in Q1. How did Deltraz do? 20th, so at least he managed to be ahead of the Husses, and we're definitely going to out-qualify Russell. But let's see the best that we can do. Pretty good session again there. Just managed to set at the first fastest lap initially and then beat that again. So it's first in Q2. Shall I say, I'll let you guys know how I do in Q3. So the theme continues to develop from practice and the first two qualifying sessions as we have qualified in first. That's right, Freddo Racing is starting at pole position for this race here in Azerbaijan. Now we're not going to show you the complete standings. Let's see how we get the complete standings, the complete starting grid. So let's jump straight to our race strategy.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Right, so it reckons a two-stop, soft, medium, medium. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, let's go for it. Obviously starting off at the front. Obviously we'll try and stay out front as long as we can, but of course we are up against some powerful cars like the Mercedes and the Red Bull. Lights out and away we go. Let's get into it. My advice for anyone that's sort of like doing their own sort of career modes, particularly if you've not really done one before, is obviously the most laps you can do in practice the better, because you get yourself a bit more familiar with the tracks, particularly ones with all sorts of bends and curves like Monaco has, like Azerbaijan has. Then you sort of know sort of where the sweet spots are, your not so sweet spots are as well. Gives you a bit of an idea in terms of obviously where you can set off in regards to speed. And yeah, I can't really think of too much more to say other than that. But the gap's sort of closing in.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
What's the new strategy option then? It wants us to go 1 lap longer on softs. We'll stay out, I think, because even though we're doing well, we're out in front, we're not really gaining too much or too small of a gap out in front compared to Lewis. And so probably sooner rather than later he'll start to catch up, because obviously where we keep going quicker we'll obviously lose the grips on the softs a bit faster. What is our grip level like? Yeah, 20% already, because I think we started on old softs. See, from the last qualifying session, because it reckons it'll come out. Will come out back in 19th if it was to pit now. But to then be on a slightly fresher set of tyres, even though Lewis would probably just pull away. Good thing to do. Although it reckons my pit window's the next lap. Okay, so what we'll do is next couple of laps, or we'll say next couple of laps, this lap and next lap, we'll try and get this gap as big as we can, because then we could probably come out slightly higher than 19th at the opportunity of when we pit.
Box, box. We're coming in this lap.
Okay, boxing in this lap, so we're going to give ourselves sort of like the best out lap that we can do. What do they reckon our redrive position would be? 14th. Okay, so that's a bit of an improvement. Obviously achieve that sort of the longer we've been out on this compound. Okay, so in we go. Obviously, we're going to be taking our time with this, as we'll see Verstappen pass and everyone else. I'm not sure if it looks like they're passing, or if they're just going in order. No, they're pitting. We've got other drivers pitting as well, and some coming out.
Release, release. Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left.
So we'll come up just ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. There's quite a few other cars pitted with us as well. I saw the sort of strategy they were going for, so we rejoined the field in 7th, which isn't too bad. Still comfortably in the points, and should have DRS on most of the cars in front as and when we get to those zones. More cars sort of came in the pit than I thought they would. Can't really complain too much about. I'm not going to try any cheeky moves just yet on Perez or Sainz. We'll probably wait until we get around this. Here we go. This is the occasion we'll probably try for some moves. And then we'll probably try moves on each other as well. So maybe we'll have to wait until further along. Side by side with Perez. We just about made the move up into 6th. Sainz is going to be next in my line of sight. So Sainz has gone in the pit, and Perez has just He uses DRS. Okay, ahead. So we've gone up the 5th by virtue of those pitting. I want to say Perez there, but he's going to have DRS on me big time.
Louis is in the pits. Louis in the pits.
Louis in the pits. Okay, good to know. So we're riding along in P4 now, just behind Fernando Alonso here in the Alpine. Try and get around him. Spot here. Need to make the pass. Right, so Bottas, you'll be next. And I know you've not pitted either, so obviously you're going to make those mediums last as long as you can. So Bottas and Verstappen have clearly stayed out for now. And so not only did we manage to take 2 seconds off our best lap last time out, we have also significantly closed the gap to Bottas and Verstappen. We're not quite within DRS range of Bottas, but we are getting there. We're slowly breathing down the Finn's neck. Hopefully it won't be too long before we can actually then make a move on the fella. And even if he pits this lap, which it looks like he is, yep, he's going into the pits, as is Verstappen, so we shall take first place back. We'll certainly take first back until we pit there, but they are both going on the softs. But just remember, a combination of the Mercedes engine and their mechanics, and of course the Honda engine combination with the power in the Red Bull, means that they won't be back for long, as well as them both being on a lighter compounder tyre. The gap is about 9 seconds on Perez, so every cloud, I guess. But what new strategy they want us to do? They want us to extend the set again. We'll keep the current, is what I think we'll do. So obviously it'll mean another set of mediums on for a bit longer by comparison, so they'll get a little bit more wear, but obviously if we can then take advantage of anyone else when they're likely to be doing stops, we can get that advantage to then be able to build places back up. Should we need to, then it should see us on for a decent finish. Although it hasn't recognised that. I don't know honestly what button combinations I will need to do to get it to recognise that. So it does look like we'll be going a little bit longer on these tyres. Thanks, game.
Some information on Schumacher. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
So I'm assuming that will be engine failure. Yeah, engine failure. Fun stuff for Schumacher, but just got to focus on what we're doing and not what the back of the pack is doing, particularly the very back. Yeah, in fact, because I'm guessing we've caught up with Mick Schumacher's Haas, which we have indeed.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
Yeah, I have noticed that. Actually, I felt for certain that with the car being on softs, they would want to close the gap, but it appears not. The gap just seems to have just kept growing, which I'm very much surprised at. It's now getting to the point, a bit like the pit window will be the same, but the pit now rejoin position is now going to soon not really be changing at all. Okay, so it looks like Verstappen and Bottas have gone back to mediums. So maybe now it's in a position where it's my race to lose? That's how it appears, because no one really seems to be gaining, and I'll change the camera so you can see my camera position so you can see it next time. But now we're in a position where even if I was to pit, I would still come out in first, being 24 seconds ahead of Lewis and Norris. Amazing. Could we actually see a top 3, like an all British podium as well? You can call it the Great British Baku off, if you will. I apologise for that bad pun, but I needed to think of something or a reason
Push now.
For even saying that, to then use it as my title. So I appeared to have cursed the all British podium, because the moment I said that, or a few moments after I said that, Lewis and Norris both went into the pits, and so they'll have gone back a little bit. As you can see, it is now Verstappen and Sainz completing the top 3. With Bottas there, Alonso's there as well. How far back would they've gone because they're pit stops? 6th and 7th, okay. It's not too bad though. I mean, they can still catch each other. At least Delatraz is not dead last. You can always thank Haas for that. Anyway, so let's finish this lap. Then we'll pit. Probably still come out in first, despite the fact that our pit lane's like right at the end.
Louis is coming in for his stop.
Okay, so we're about to, so it could potentially be about to have a bit of a stack going on, even though I'll have had to have lapped them at some point. I'll stop driving into walls a bit.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
Well, it's a good job about to come in the pit, isn't it? Right. Bring it on, you guys. Let's see if we can close this gap. I was about to say that the gap has hardly dropped, but nope, there it comes. Sainz is now into the pits. Let's put Norris back up a place. Gap to Verstappen's now 10 seconds. It's now just over 11.5 seconds. Come here, guys. Bring on the competition. Fastest lap once again. Hey. Oh. Now part of me really does think that we're not going to get caught. So barring anything else that happens, we'll probably just see you at the finish line. Caution. Mazepin's out of the session now. Would it be safe to assume that that would be for engine failure? Yeah. Well, it certainly looks to have been more of a mechanical issue. That's not good, because that's going to push our teammate to stone cold last. But we carry on. Barring something stupid, we're going to win this race. That's all that matters. Okay, that was stupid of me. That was stupid of me. Trying to conserve fuel by going a little bit slower has just brought Verstappen way back into this. So I did say we should have won all bar stupid error on my part. Was that a stupid error?
We're expecting rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
It's a good job the race is about to end, isn't it? I mean, it's taken us all this race, but I don't think we're going to overtake the back marker we're about to approach. It's most likely Delatraz. But however, we may not have been able to have gotten the Great British Baku off done with a all-British top 3. However, it does still appear to be that we have pulled it off. First in practice, first in each 3 of the qualifying sessions, now first in the race.
Great job. You've done everything we wanted today.
We have done it. Fantastic stuff. And yet Pierre Gasly is the one that gets driver of the day. I'm gonna switch over to another camera.
It's never an
where
easy
we're gonna
race here in
enjoy this
Azerbaijan. There's
ease.
drama around every corner, but they've come through to take a brilliant win here today. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all.
And for the second time since the career mode started, shaky bottle time! Hey!
Let's have
Those
a
are
look
things
then
you
at the
just
driver's
love to
standings.
see, don't
It
you?
wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say
in
is
the
a
Drivers'
contender for
Championship.
driver of the day?
See
Well,
how we
you
are
put me in a
for
bit of a tight spot today,
constructors.
but I think
Still
I'll go for
fourth.
Pierre Gasly.
But we are
He kept a
closing
cool head
the
under
gap
pressure
somehow,
and made the
even though
most.
mostly me that's been doing the closing. I'm guessing we've got
Amazing
questions with
performance
Claire.
out there.
We have indeed.
I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't
Let's go.
Your team
Powertrain.
must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
Maybe we can go complacent.
Not a great day for your teammate today. What do you think went wrong?
Let's go for
Great.
Nah.
Well, that's everything.
no worries, Claire. We are totally smashing this rivalry between us and Russell. We should win that, surely. And our claim goes up to 5. Their Trez goes up a bit more, and we're really boosting ours to just shy of 8. An extra 88k from the sponsors. Can I go too wrong with that? Let's see if we can do any more improvements to the car, and then see what conditions will be like at the next weekend, which will be in Canada. We haven't got too long for it, so can we get any activities in podium celebration party? Let's boost the morale of the team completely. Right, anything we can do in R&D. Got the spark plugs in development. We've already got 2 bits like there. Let's do energy source. Let's do that one. We've got. I haven't got really any more points for anything else. New parts coming.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication
Excellent.
process. We'll have them with us for the next
Right.
Grand Prix.
And just like that, we're very quickly at the next race. That is going to do it for this episode of the My Team Career Mode. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and we'll see you in Canada very soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.